Concepts, located over in Tampa, Florida. Originally, I'm from the state of Indiana. I've held 2 residential GC licenses, one in the state of Indiana and one in the state of Florida. I am approaching nearly 30 years of experience in the construction industry, and eBuilding Concepts is proud to be one of Tampa Bay's first virtual reality and building information modeling firms. So a little more history on myself. In the 15 years that I've been in the state of Florida, unfortunately I found myself homeless on 2 separate occasions. And I remember the second occasion I was putting myself through college at the time, and my math professor pulled me to the side and questioned one of the papers I turned in and how the grade was unusually low. And I opened up to her at the time and told her that I was homeless and living in my car at the time. But also surprising is that the United States is in a crisis mode as far as affordable housing right now. We have a shortage of 7.4 million units needed. And also, the state of Florida ranks 3rd in the nation with approximately 43,000 people homeless on the street today. So the homeless shelter that I shared with 50 or so plus men in one room, I remember vividly some nights studying for getting my homework done under the covers with a little flashlight on my forehead. But I'm proud to say I went on and graduated top of my class, highest honors, and I went on to form a successful building information modeling firm. So some of the services that we provide at eBuilding Concepts, we do feasibility studies for vacant tracts of land. And I had this project that I was working on, and I wanted to do a little something extra in addition to creating how much material is going to cost, how much labor is going to cost for the project. I wanted to print up a little small model or a portion of the property on my 3D printer. And as I'm watching my 3D printer print a portion of this model or this project out, I had an aha moment. I'm like, oh my God, why can't we just take one of these 3D printers, scale it up in size, and actually 3D print homes? So therein lies the birth of Build. And I'm sorry I don't have animation here to show you, but on the left, for all those that don't know, Build, by the way, stands for Building Innovation Layer by Layer. And for all those that don't understand 3D printing, all 3D printing is the machine deposits material where it needs to deposit it, and it doesn't deposit material where it doesn't need to deposit. And it does this process layer by layer by layer until you get to the top and you're able to physically grab an item out of the machine. So on the left there, and I'm apologizing, I had an animation, but Build is doing that on a much larger scale, and it's printing out a set of townhomes that you see here. So how can Build help in the grand scheme of things? Well, I got 3 of them listed up here on the board. At the top, you have financing. We're expecting at least 30% or more in savings as far as financing, being that the process happens so quickly. So you get tremendous savings in that. Also the material savings, 3D printing being added to the manufacturing process, so it's nearly 0% waste. And what we're really also excited about is the labor side of things. The United States is suffering from a crisis right now with a shortage of labor. And for every 5 contractors that leave the construction industry, ever since 2008, the housing bubble crashed, that's only being replaced by 1 contractor. So we can't sustain those numbers. And just another side note, it would take 828 men to keep pace with or 828 masons to keep pace with just one of these machines ramped up to its fastest speed. So we're really excited about the labor side of things. So our primary customers, we're looking for architects, engineers, design build firms, general contractors, residential contractors, developers. And last, how can my community help? We're trying to raise $300,000 to build the first level stage of this machine that will be tall enough and capable of building 1-story homes. And then later funding will come in to where we can take Build up to its final height of 37 feet tall that will build most 2-story homes. And one of the ways we're raising these funds is we've come up with care packs that for every $20 donated, a portion of the proceeds will go towards creating care packs that will be given out to the local homeless shelters. And the remaining proceeds will go towards funding building. So that concludes my presentation. I appreciate any help, mentoring. We just started this process out about 7 months ago with the creation of this machine. And it's out there for all those that might not have heard of 3D printing homes. There's a firm in Austin, Texas, by the way, called New Story. And they're right now talking about building the first homes, unfortunately not in the United States next year, but in El Salvador. There's another firm in California doing the same thing, but NASA and Caterpillar picked them up and they're talking about 3D printing homes on the moon and Mars. So we need this here in the United States. We need it bad. So I appreciate any help or any suggestions anyone might have, and that concludes my presentation.